Good morning, everybody. Welcome to today's Reading the Red this Friday morning. Bit dull today, but who knows, eh? So Matthew chapter 11, verse 27, Jesus, having challenged them, said to the disciples, he was well pleased with regards to the Father revealing them to infants. And in 27, he says, all things have been handed over to me by my Father, and no one knows the Son except the Father, nor does anyone know the Father except the Son, and anyone to whom the Son wills to reveal. So we could ask the question, what things were Jesus pleased about? Well, what Jesus was pleased about was that God had revealed these things to infants. And now Jesus is saying, no one knows the Father except the Son, and no one knows the Son except the Father. And so there's this sense in which getting to know who God really is an incredible privilege. And this process only begins to happen when the connection is made to Jesus. So when we are, as it were, friends of Jesus, then Jesus brings the revelation of the Father to his friends, of which we are one of. And the way we become friends with Jesus is that we believe him, that we walk with him, that we connect with him. One of the reasons why we do the Reading of the Red is because what Jesus says brings about the revelation of the Father, because Jesus knew the Father more than anyone else. All the prophets that had gone through history, all of the great patriarchs, all of the good guys of the Bible, whether it be Daniel or Joseph, the reality is they only ever knew a fraction of insight with regards to who God was, even though they walked with him. Even Enoch, who was taken out of the earth, he didn't know God like Jesus knew God. When Jesus turned up, Jesus brings to the world the revelation of the Father. But those who really want to know God, not just about God, who want to walk with God and understand God's ways, like the royal law, love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind and strength. Love your neighbour as you love yourself. That sums up everything that represents who God is. If you want to get to know that God, not a religious God, a God that says you can't do this and you mustn't do that. No, a God who is incredibly sensitive and intimate and protective and loving and kind and merciful. If you really want to, then you have to get to know Jesus. And Jesus brings to the world the revelation of the Father. And Jesus says here, no one, like literally, when Jesus says no one, it basically means no one knows the Father except the Son. And of course, the reason for that was because Jesus is God. He is the representation of God on the earth in the Son. He is part of the Trinity. He is the revelation of that which was talked about when God said to someone, he said it to Jesus, he said it to the Holy Spirit, and he said, let us make man in our own image. Jesus was there. So this sense of connecting with God, really connecting with God, can only really happen if you really connect to Jesus. Because without reconnecting or really connecting to Jesus, you won't really ever get to know God. You'll only ever get to know about God. And the Christian message is about getting to know God. Have a great Friday and ponder that, and I'll see you on Monday morning.